George B. Kaiser by Michaela Fields. George B. Kaiser is the CEO, chairman of the board, major donor. He's a lot of things to several companies. His largest asset would be the BOK Financial, which is Bank of Oklahoma. His first company was Kaiser Francis Oil. It's an oil and gas company. They do exploration and production of oil and gas. And then he is the donor to the George Kaiser Family Foundation. George B. Kaiser is the CEO that I chose. I chose him because I wanted to find a unique CEO to research about, not just your regular AT&T or, eBay type CEO. I also wanted to find someone who is an Oklahoman and that was socially and ethically responsible. So he fit in the categories that I was wanting to find. He's a really unique person and he's a very private person, so it was really hard to research him. He doesn't do a lot of interviews. I found like 5 and they were all years apart from each other. He's also a self-made billionaire. He's the second richest Oklahoman behind Harold Hamm, and he is one of the wealthiest Americans. My analysis of the CEO. He's a transformational leader. Each company he has been a part of, he has transformed, and it's hugely successful. He seems to have really high moral ethics. He's incredibly civic-minded. He keeps his companies in Tulsa to bring jobs to his community, to give back to his community. He wants to make Tulsa a better place to live. He doesn't seem to be much of a manager. He seems to be more of the leader, visionary for the company, and then he hires people to make his vision happen. He had some quotes that made me think he believed he is successful because he had good genetics and lucky to be born to his parents. So that led me to the trait theory, but then he's using his family foundation to donate to programs to build leaders that are from children that are not born as lucky as him. So I assume he believes that leadership can be taught. He's extremely successful, insanely wealthy, and just a really unique CEO. Well, I don't have many things in common with George B. Kaiser. I do think the way he comes into a company with knowing how he wants to see the end of the company is really cool. And I tend to do that also. if I'm going to be involved in something, I want to know what we want out of it, and then I want to make that happen. I like to transform things, and I like to see the vision before I do things. If I can't see anything out of it, I really don't know if I want to be a part of it or if I want to lead that project. Because if you don't know how something's going to end, you may not get what results are you looking for. I also like how he finds the right people for the right job. I think that's really important when you're leading a company or managing a company. When you have a lot of people that aren't qualified, or when when you don't have the right person for the right job, it's insanely annoying to try to do a project. And then I just feel like I want to be like him. I want to be socially responsible. I want to make the world a better place. I want to make my community a better place. I don't ever want to take from my community and never give anything back. I think that's really cool that how he does that. How he wants to make his place a better place. He wants to make Tulsa a great place to raise children, and I just really admire that. He's also ethically responsible, and generally, there was a couple of things I found that weren't so kind, but generally, I feel like he seems that he does have an ethical standard. Leadership traits. He's a motivator, a visionary. He's very goal-oriented, teamwork-oriented, transformational, and just a pure leader. I admire all those goals. I couldn't really find any traits that weren't effective from him, because it seems like everything he touches is pretty effective. Since he's a private person, and I couldn't really find a lot of people who were negative about him. I even looked at the Kaiser Francis Oil, the LinkedIn on if it's a great place to work or not reviews, and most people generally enjoyed working there. Bank of Oklahoma, they had more negative reviews, but I don't feel like that those reviews could really have really touched on him personally as like the CEO and chairman of the board. So I couldn't really find any negative. Maybe being so private is the negative about him, because he's not leaning his expertise to teach other people how to be that successful. Yes, I would approach when leading my organization the same manner. I think it seems like a very successful recipe. I think it's very cool on how he can see the future of a company and make it happen. I like how he gives back to his community when he is successful. I like that he's future oriented, because we constantly need to be ready for the future in this fast-paced world. And I feel like he's a responsible person. And I think responsibility is a major trait in leadership that makes or breaks a leader. So yes, I would lead my organization similar to him. Hopefully I would be as successful. So thank you very much.